Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off big, Freddy.
Get him off big.
Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host, the man that was headed out to somewhere that he never should have been. And the Thunder rolled. The 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend, Josh Barley. Say hey, Josh.
Oh my God, Richard Lee. What a fucking intro, my friend. How are you doing?
A little tired. All
I
the
am
storm
too.
chasing has made me tired.
We have been riders of the storm, and I'm going to tell you something. We are not alone. Gobi's here with you, and me too. What's up, Gobi One Kenobi?
What's going on? That's another wonderful intro. That's 2 for 2. You guys fucking nailed it today.
We're on our game.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Been drinking.
and it was a little bit rough out there last night for everybody in our area, and mostly across the country because it was pretty tough in a lot of places. But it was definitely tough here, personal experience. But you guys are a bunch of scaredy cats in the storms,
Yeah, we don't like them.
and I'm just.
But who does?
I'm one of the ignorant fellas that's like, I don't care.
But here's the thing, like, my wife sometimes will tell, like, her family, you know, he's weird. He likes to shut the door when he shits. It's like, well, who doesn't like to
Oh
shut the
my
door
God.
when they shit?
I don't have any.
shitter.
Me and your wife are on the same page. I don't have any hang-ups.
Yeah.
Shitting.
If you want to walk
Dude,
in while I'm shitting, that's
look,
on you.
Yeah.
I was that way until I was like 12 years old, and then,
Well,
you know,
Like, you were
things
like,
changed.
come
and
on
then
in,
it's
I'm
like,
shitting.
No,
When
no,
you
no,
were
no.
12 or?
No, before like maybe 12, I'd leave the door wide ass open.
Shit.
You know what I mean? It didn't matter to me. I was totally comfortable. But then whenever like masturbation became into hit it.
Masturbate.
Whenever that became a thing, you know, it was like I became a private person. Even when I'm just in there shitting, hey, I'm closing that door. This is my me time.
Maybe this was the real reason.
Boy, when I change my pants, I'd like to crawl in that locker. I feel so undeveloped.
Maybe before 18.
not with those genetics, no, sir.
No.
Maybe before 18.
He's at least sporting 6 soft if he's.
Yeah. Listen, if he's got a tall boy skinny can, that's still impressive, all right?
But no, man, that was the thing. Like that I was going to talk to you about one day, Josh, where I was like, my wife just loves to just open up the window blind. We got this big ass window in our bathroom, and I'm like, I feel like I'm just shitting in front of the world.
Your fucking voyeurism
Yeah.
shitting and shit.
Y'all watch me shit. All my neighbors to the west. Come on.
There's just something about when people watching me shit.
It just slides right on out of there. I constipate really bad because I have anxiety.
What's weird is I only can shit when people are watching, but then I get nervous. It's a catch-22.
He's a shy pisser.
All right.
I'm a shy shitter. I'm not
You
gonna
are?
lie. Yes.
Nah, I'll drop deuce wherever.
Dude, I was listening back to where you told me, I was like, what we were talking last week about the butler shitting on the side.
You shit over there. You ain't going in the store.
Jesus.
That's how you treat him.
No, but like, I really hate this time of year because of the storms.
Yeah.
Like, I love fall because it's getting hot to cold, and you start there's like, oh, I'm
He
gonna be able to
acts
do all
like
this
we've
shit.
never had a tornado in the fall.
Well, it's rare. We've had them in the winter,
Yeah.
but it's rare in the fall. But it's more or less when it starts to get warm. When you have all that warm air coming up and the cold air's coming in, like, I ain't done yet, fuckers. And
Well,
it's, like,
it's
oh.
not only that, but like now, as technology has super advanced since we were kids. So now they're predicting fucking storms like a
Yeah.
week before time. So the whole time I'm like, oh God, Thursday's gonna be fucking horrible. You
2
know?
weeks from Thursday, you better put some fucking tarps on your roof. You ain't
better-
gonna have a chimney anymore. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You better be right with the Lord on Thursday because you might go see him.
Everybody clean your storm shelters out and your storm drains. You might need those.
I did
nervous
that.
wreck, man.
I did that last night. So yesterday I was playing the good neighbor. I live at the bottom of a hill right here, And you know, talk about how I live on the second story. My second story is like the level of some people's basements. And
Yeah, whatever. He lives in a tower mansion.
but
He has a guard shack outside.
they will shoot on sight, and they'll put you in and break some glass. Make it. You remember that as the thing
And
when
they
you were a
use
kid?
22s. That way, it mostly just hurts.
Y'all
You
remember
son
that
of a
as a kid? Like everybody had that uncle's like, look, if you get in trouble and somebody's trying to break in, what you want to do is if they don't break in, you shoot them and then you break a glass and drag them inside. It's like
That was either your Uncle Gerald or
That's
Uncle
Uncle
Freddie.
Freddie.
Yeah,
Break
one
glass.
of them told us that.
But anyways,
He's like, here's how you get away with murder.
He also told us how to pull a pig's heart, or he's seen a man pull a pig's heart out.
they did butcher a live. Oh, not a live cow. That'd be hell.
He was live.
I mean, at some point, it had to be
Yeah,
alive, right?
They did butcher a cow in the middle of like. You know, where we live right now, it's
Yeah.
like a suburban
I
area.
thought they had a rear-end collision with a Pinto on the way home, and the cow died.
They got they got a cow with a cherry picker hanging from it, and they're just like filleting the shit
That's
off of it.
amazing.
Oh,
That
my
sounds like
redneck
some
family.
shit. Some
And this
like,
is like in the 70s,
Yeah.
too. This
that
isn't
sounds
in
like
the
some
40s.
shit that these days that the Creole folks would do. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
damn,
Like
yeah.
string up a goat or some shit.
Well, let me tell you something about that Creole wolf.
Is it Creole?
I do declare.
Those people.
Yeah. So we live at the bottom of a hill right here, and there's like at every, and I'm on the corner, so every corner has a drain on it that I don't know where it goes. I don't know where those
storm
drains.
water.
It's magic.
And here's the funny thing.
I think goes center of the earth.
my brother-in-law works for the city, and he does like some.
and he doesn't know where it goes either.
That's the thing. Nobody in Jackson knows where they go. This is a 100-year-old
I
town.
think there might be a Ninja Turtle down
Yeah,
there.
this is a 100-year-old town. They're like,
what do you
we
mean they
would-
don't know where?
They want to redo the drains here because Bemis always floods because this little creek right here, and
I don't know, a giant river in the community,
yeah,
right north of the, and then everything's low lying here. It's
Yeah.
almost like it was undesirable land and poor people moved here.
Well, no, it was a swampland,
Yeah.
and then the Mr. Bemis, he developed the land, and his intention was to get tons of families to move here. That's why he built all those fucking houses.
all these houses that we live in.
You're going to
now,
work for me,
Yeah.
and then you're going to live here too.
You couldn't
Yeah.
live here
It was a
unless
shop
you
town.
worked
It's
at
like
that.
Pick Sweet now.
Yeah, and on
Right.
this.
Yeah, for bells, right.
This is the funny thing. I didn't know. On this side of the mill, everybody that lived on this side were like managers.
Yep.
Right.
And your main manager lived at the top of the
And
hill.
your general manager lived in this house we're in right
He's
now,
like the
guys.
CEO of the Mr. Bemis lived in my house.
Dude, I went in that
That's
mill.
why I got an elevator, guys.
I went in that mill. I wish I had an elevator.
He's got an elevator.
This
Don't
week
let
I
him
saw that
fool you.
commercial about the stair genie thing that pulls you up the stairs, and it works even if the power goes out. And I just went, but
The stair rascal.
But no, like I went in that mill one time. Like I used to work there for like a year, and they had a place in the basement where people actually worked, and we're talking like 6-foot ceilings. Like
And they were all in their underwear, and there was cocaine everywhere.
it was the yarn department, is what it says. Like spin this into yarn, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You better produce 500 spools a day. Your ass ain't leaving this basement. That may have been how it was.
Might have been like the amount of people that probably died sadly in this town. It's
It
uncountable.
seems kind of haunted, if we're being honest.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, for the time, they put in a good drainage system compared to where this was at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just low.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like they don't know because back then you just put in a drainage system, everything drains back out into the creeks and the
That's exactly
rivers,
right.
but they don't know where all they go. Like there was no documentation apparently. According to my brother-in-law, he was like, "We'd love to redo the city lines." He's like, "But we'd have to redig all the roads to try to find them because nobody knows where all the lines go."
Here's I don't work for the fucking city department by any means, but here's a genius idea. Make your own fucking shit and then just run it wherever the hell you want to and put dirt down the shit that's already there.
You're telling me
so.
they can't use LiDAR?
I don't know. I would think so. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. Our city, our little town right here is the bastard stepchild of Jackson.
Oh, yeah, if this was Lana?
100%.
Yeah.
If this was Lana, we'd have great drainage.
They're like, Bemis? No, why would we do anything there? Fuck those people.
We have sidewalks that have asphalt on them for repairs.
Dope.
Like,
it's like unique.
I used to run through here, and I'm like, is that fucking asphalt? Like, they just didn't want to use concrete, so they just put asphalt there.
That's fancy.
And then they did these little.
I just always assumed that the people here didn't want help.
No.
I'll say this. Let me say this. For every one meth dealer that there is in Bemis,
there's two good people.
No, there's five
two
good
meth
people.
dealers.
No. There's 5 good people, man. I'm telling you.
For every methed out hooker, there is 4 other people that also do meth but aren't as bad off as her.
They ain't selling it yet. They have standards.
Everyone here, you have to at least do Adderall.
I will say this for our town, like our little town here, we don't connect to the interstate, so we don't matter. That's the idea we have like here. But at one time, we were more productive as a town before we were born.
Yeah.
As a town, because the mill took care of everything. If you were to be playing baseball in the street and break a window,
indentured servitude.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they had somebody that took care of everything. They had a skating rink here, a movie theater, a YMCA,
a fire department.
They had everything. It was its own little town. You didn't have to leave to go do anything here.
How's that going now?
Well, the mill shut down.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And
with
then it
that.
became a Bruce Springsteen song. And the mill shut down.
Yeah.
That's the problem with those mill towns.
Yeah.
Bruh.
And the mill town is dead. Then the city of Jackson took over, and they let the drainage system suck.
See, that's the thing. Before even that happened, they took over. They annexed it in like the 60s or some shit.
We're getting so local and so like as
Yeah,
I'm talking, I'm
it's
like,
probably
our
uninteresting.
Denmark
Hey, I got a
fans,
story about how my friend fucked a couch once.
our Denmark fans, not Denmark, Tennessee, Denmark, like because we get hits in Denmark
yeah.
sometimes.
Hey,
they're like,
we
I
got
don't know.
yeah, could you please stop talking about that? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Yeah, but my bud, the first time he smoked weed when he was like a teenager,
Yeah.
apparently he was hanging out at his friend's house and he had a nice pleather couch and he was like, "Boy, this sure is soft." And so
Leather.
and so
Fake
he,
ass leather.
and so he fucked in between the couch cushions.
Now, see, I was thinking when you first said that it was his own couch
No,
and
it
it
was
was
a
private
friend's
time.
couch.
But it's at his friend's house.
It gets better to completion.
Oh.
I mean, please tell me like people weren't up and about.
I don't.
He was just like, look, I just.
I think he was alone in the room and he was like, "Buddy, I am fucking you."
This sexy ass couch has been taunting me all day.
And he fucked the shit out of that couch, bro. And that's the only question when he was telling me the story, the only question that was just like shouting in my mind is, did you come inside this couch?
And when I do, I feel awful. It's just like I've committed a crime or something.
And his answer, he was very honest. He said yes.
Let me at this point make a clear-cut scientific statement. Masturbation is not harmful.
Unless you're fucking someone's couch.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is,
That's
like,
where Aunt Peggy sits.
his ass just Twinkied that couch. Like, so here's my question.
Is
like,
it still
if
there?
Yes. Did you clean up after?
That's a shirt.
Definitely.
I just Twinkied your couch. I'm sorry.
He definitely didn't fucking clean up after himself. He was a teenager high as balls.
He is a fucking vagrant.
Yes,
he's
he's
a
a
goddamn
savage.
Oh, what the hell? Like,
Well, wait a minute. Did Josh Briley just act like he wouldn't come in someone else's couch when he was a teenager?
I never said I didn't. I'm just
Wait
saying
a
that
minute.
guy.
We weren't very popular. We were only our friends that we had, me, you, and Chris. Please tell me you did it on Chris's couch.
I reserve my right to plead the Fifth Amendment as constituted by the United States Constitution.
Yeah, he's like, under the advice of my lawyers, I would like to
Well, you were a minor
invoke
at
the
the
Fifth
time.
Amendment.
So you were a minor at the time, which reminds me, what was funny, like, speaking of Chris, you remember how his house had that doorknob that was like...
Felt weird in your ass.
No. Well, besides that. But he had that doorknob that you could, like, turn really quickly back and forth and it would unlock his door.
Oh, damn.
Do you remember that?
I think so.
So Chris,
Because he had to do that one time
Yeah,
to
like,
get
get
in
in.
because he got locked
I
out.
remember
yeah.
his aunt come over, like, because they were out of town or something. They were like, hey, did they leave a key with y'all? I was like, no, but I got you. And they were like, she was like, what? And I walked over to his house, like, there you go.
So, like, if anything came up missing, Richard kid.
So if, in theory, if you or me wanted to do anything to his couch or ottoman, we could have done it.
He had the box too, right?
No. He had that cable box to where you could hit a button and it would stay unscrambled for a second.
I thought because we watched Showtime and HBO and stuff over there.
We just did the scrambled stuff. But he had one of those punk ass boxes. Like, we had the cable box had channel up, channel down. You press them both together, it shut it off.
Right.
And when you were on one of those pay channels, you could see scrambled stuff. His box, you turned to one of those pay channels, it would go scrambled for a second and then go, this is a preview guide channel, and like,
oh shit.
Yeah, he had one of those punk ass boxes. But if you channeled back and forth really fast, it would stay on it.
So my theory about his house is you just jiggle something real good and it'll just work. Right? The door handle, the cable box.
Because his parents
toilet
were
handle?
gone most of the day. That was where like we'd watch porn. We'd hid
jerk
porn
off in a circle
for the longest time. We put a cracker out there. The last one to come out to eat it.
That was the first time I ever saw another man ejaculate.
But
no, that is where we watched Woman Times 4, our first porno that all three of us had ever seen. Well, yeah, hardcore because they were shoving,
which was
like
terrible.
VHS style, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
What did we find that on?
Man, it was a tough one.
Oh, that was on.
Was it?
We don't need to watch it right now.
No,
he said, "Hey, man, we don't
show him.
We don't need to do this."
It was the world's worst one. You know how like nowadays.
It's from '83.
Dude, I watched a super racist one. If you look at it in today's eyes, was one of our first ones. It was Magic Bubbles.
There's so many names going through my head right now.
It was Magic Bubbles or something like that. Anyway, it was a large black man and an Asian woman.
Oh man.
And
there's a lot of screaming in that one, I bet.
But like when he was doing dirty talk, he was being real racist about it. He was like, "I got some wonton soup for that."
I ate you, little yellow bitch.
Oh, whoa!
and then he was like, "Suck that egg roll, baby. Suck that egg roll." I was like, we were like, "What is happening right now?"
And see, that's
taking
like
down notes in your notepad. Do I just say this every time?
Yeah. What if she's not Asian? Does this still apply?
No, egg roll's just a good name for it. I'm sorry.
Right.
So, but even nowadays, they got those racist type porns. Even now, like with the you got the
stepfather's so racist.
Well, no. I mean, like
I had to blow him on the radiator.
They got some where like the girl that's getting banged is calling the black dude like the N-word and stuff.
Goodness.
Like it's fucking bizarre.
No, that seems real inappropriate.
Yeah, but it happens, and it's like a genre type thing. You know what I mean? It's
racist porn. He just searched racist porn on Pornhub. He's not kidding. He's trying.
There's so many weird. Like none of these are real. Maybe I should Google it. No, we probably shouldn't Google it.
Don't do that. Pornhub's okay. Don't Google it. Pornhub limits it just to porn, bro.
then they Google search after we get fired somewhere. Yeah. They do it's like, let me search your Google history. I'll just be fired.
It's like, just don't worry about it.
Just die. I'm good. Nah.
Right. Y'all have a good day.
Sorry I bothered y'all this long. So anyways. So I cleaned out every forest storm drainage.
I said all that to say.
We said all that to say this. We live at the bottom of a hill. There's 4 storm drains out here. I cleaned every one of them. I played the good neighbor, raked them all out, leaves and everything.
And that shit didn't matter at all.
It didn't fucking matter
because it came a fucking flood. It wouldn't have mattered how much you cleaned them damn storm drains.
10 o'clock, like everything was cool until about 10:30.
And then it rained its ass off forever.
And I guess it washed leaves and shit in the way, and our whole yard. I had to get out in the water and move our cars.
Swim.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, me personally, I had to park a block away.
Yeah.
Because my entire road was flooded.
Yeah.
And it flooded up to probably my porch. You know, like my.
Well, at least they knew what they were doing.
I went outside today.
He won't come past this part. I swear to God, it won't.
I went outside today, and like every stepping stone, the whole sidewalk is
just
covered
in silt.
Yeah, that it's dirt now, but it's like it's been coated.
Leaves,
like that dude's couch, it was coated.
Yeah,
a bottle cap, a condom, like all kinds of stuff that you throw in the alley.
I found a bunch of blunt wrappers.
A couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Swisher sweet wrappers.
Yeah, that's all that was there.
That's so funny. Josh is like, I don't know where these came from. These ain't even the kind I use.
Oh, I would never use blunts. No
I
way.
love me a blunt.
I don't do no tobacco, man. No tobacco.
Well, smoking a blunt had nothing to do with tobacco. It's just the wrapper.
It still is a tobacco leaf.
Oh, I didn't think that. I thought it was a.
It is.
Pretty sure it's
This
not.
is why I get pissed off whenever.
No, it is for real.
Are you sure that
Yes.
a cigarillo wrapper
Yes,
is
even a
tobacco?
Garcia Vega is an actual like leaf. Like
I'll be damned.
yeah. So.
I love them though. They're wonderful.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of English people put tobacco in their stuff until like the early 2000s, but it's not the thing to do.
Cigarillo tobacco leaf, yeah. Cigar tobacco leaf. See, dude, that was the thing. I love.
That's what the young children don't understand today. They're doing the tobacco.
Well, I smoke cloves and shit all the time because I'm like a new age hippie, basically. So
Is that's I've heard of people doing that. That's just like
it's basically
it's like
incense.
a vegan cigarette.
No, it's just incense is what it is.
A vegan cigarette.
It's actually technically a cigar. It's like more hardcore than a cigarette.
Isn't a cigarette a vegan cigarette?
I don't know at this point.
Yeah, they're tobacco. That's not that you ain't killing no animals except for when you harvest.
You knew what I mean. You knew what I mean.
That's Joe Rogan's favorite thing to throw in vegans' faces when they're like, "You gotta eat all vegetables, and you're harming the animals when you murder them to eat them." And he's like, "Yeah, well, fucking go look at a field after they harvest it and see how many fucking animals have been slaughtered and murdered from the combines going over them, and then tell me you're not murdering animals when you eat vegetables too."
Dude, that's the other thing. It's like when you look at it, it's like people are like, it's not natural to slaughter an animal like that. And I'm like,
it kinda
have
is.
you ever been in the wild?
All right.
You can't find bones of animals in the forest because the animals eat the fucking bones.
It's like life eats life eats life eats life. Yeah, it's the same fucking.
It's sad
cycle.
sometimes, but
Oh,
goddamn,
yeah,
it's part of life.
It's
What was
tragic
somebody
sometimes.
said that the taste a plant gives, like they've done studies, and the taste that the plant gives off when
It's
it
bitter.
feels like. Well, when it feels like it's endangered is how it tastes when you eat it.
Right.
So, like, the delicious carrot you're eating, is it going, what the fuck's going on?
Right.
Something ain't right here, guys.
There's the, I forget what kind of trees they are, but they're like...
Pine.
No,
Oak.
it's along the lines
Maple.
of
Redwood.
the African river, some big river in Africa, and the giraffes are tall
African
enough to
river
eat them.
trees.
And when the giraffes start to chew on them, they give off like a danger scent or whatever, and
Right. Yeah.
they actually turn bitter. So the giraffes will stop eating them. Well, not only will that one turn, but every one of them, like downwind or whatever direction, will also turn bitter even though they aren't being eaten.
Huh.
They're communicating some way to tell them, you know, alarm, alarm, fucking turn bitter, bro.
Y'all see these long necks in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Turn bitter, motherfuckers.
And what's crazy is they did studies on those plants, and they just did the sound of a giraffe eating near the plant, and it would turn bitter.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Who was the one that tasted that? Gary, try that leaf out. It's bitter as fuck.
Well-
It's working.
Well, what it does is it activates, you know, some kind of something in the plant or
Yeah.
whatever, and so they can just measure whether or not it's putting that out, and that's what they did.
So what you're saying is the aloe plant needs to step its fucking game up.
Well, what I'm saying is
He broke off a limb again.
what I'm saying is those plants might be sentient, and we might just not understand it.
Right.
And so vegans are fucking murdering things
Yeah.
too.
They're murderers too.
Like as they're chewing a salad, all you hear is just the scream of salad
You
children.
hear that, Moby? You hear that shit? You're a murderer too. I mean, please still come on the show.
Yeah.
We need you, Moby.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. It's like to be a living organism,
You have to consume other things.
other things
Yeah.
that make things that we can't.
Oh man.
That's just the way it
It's a
goes.
sad, sad cycle. And the only reason we think that is because we have intelligence.
Yeah,
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't give a fuck.
everything else is just like, hey,
Well, I don't know, man. How intelligent are we? We can't communicate with said plants that
Yeah.
give off that shit. So how smart are we?
all the
You know
other
what I mean?
animals in nature are like, I'm gonna A, fuck that, or A, I'm gonna eat that, or A, C, I might do both.
Yeah. Praying manti.
Yeah. Oh man, this has been a quick first half, but it's now time to sell some shirts, Josh. And what best way to sell some shirts than to sell shirts that are ours? That's right, tinyurl.com/P3 Radio Tees is the official home for P3 Radio's tees. Josh, what kind of shirts will they find over there?
Well, man, I'm going to suggest to you, you're talking about summertime's coming up. What you need to do is get one of them Freddy's Front Yard Slaughterhouse t-shirts. Get your ass out in the yard, cut you up some cows or some damn pork, whatever you're going to do, and wear that with pride. Or maybe get you one of them 80s tees. Feel like you're back in the 80s when your mama was catching loads on her back, baby. Or maybe, just maybe, you could get one of them cover art t-shirts and get all the pussy in the club when you wear it in there. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to go to tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees and do it. Pick that second most expensive option, not the cheap-ass option. Your nipples will regret it. But pick number 2 option and above, and you will be pleased. tinyurl.com/P3RadioT.
Maybe you won't wear a cover art shirt while you're fucking a couch. Who knows? Why was it so sexual?
Why do you care that it was sexual?
I'm fine with it as long as it sells some shirts. tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. Song is one of my favorite songs ever.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's not Richard Marx enough for you.
Is this Blues Traveler?
No. Damn it. They had 2 hits that came out at the same time that sound similar.
Yes, they do.
It's a badass
I thought
song,
the fat
though.
guy went to another band.
Here we go.
Is this the song from 10 Things I Hate About You?
No, that was your winner. I'll play that too if you want. I'm a Sister Hazel fan, or as we're like to be called, hazelnuts.
God damn.
No, I hate that too.
Oh no,
I hate that. They have a thing called.
I like it.
They have a thing called
That's
a hazelnut
perfect.
hang. They're
Oh.
named after an old nun.
Let them nuts hang, baby. I want to see all them hazelnuts in the crowd.
They're from Gainesville.
Where's all my hazelnuts at? Y'all want to go to a hang afterwards?
Me and my wife have been to countless Sister Hazel concerts.
Really?
This is one of my favorites. Yeah.
He's like Stan. Fucking rude.
I've only sent 3 pubes to him in the mail. Only sent 3.
What was this? This is in a movie.
Oh, this has probably been in a couple. This was the song of the late 90s, though,
Yeah.
man.
He's like,
This
this
is from
is
every-
the song of the late 90s.
every-
I dubbed it,
yeah.
though.
Every rom-com from like 1998 until 01.
Yeah.
That was it.
No, the song from so me and my wife have been to countless Sister Hazel concerts. They go on
And when you say countless, how many?
there's
ballpark.
probably 20.
Wow.
Whoa.
Like
I haven't even seen ICP that much.
we were in
Wait a minute.
we were in
Are we just going to gloss over the fact?
we were in Florida 2 years ago, and we found out that, hey, guess who's performing an hour away in this little town? Sister Hazel, for their 4th of July concert. It was like a big gathering of event. You couldn't even park in the area. You couldn't even park in the same area as this concert. This area was going on. You had to be bussed in, shuttled in. It was that big. It's like they were doing fireworks.
Holy shit.
That's legit.
So we went and parked and then got shuttled
Sister
in.
Hazel took over a town.
But yeah,
With
no.
their 90s.
It was just a big fireworks show.
Did they
and
just
had
play their
so much.
the 3 famous songs over and over and
dude,
over?
they have you wouldn't probably realize it, but they have a lot of hits. And
I
then
definitely wouldn't realize it.
this is the one Josh was talking about. That was in what was it?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Dude, that is a underrated movie. That is a dope ass movie. I loved it.
I was just trying to finger a girl the whole time I was watching it. But
all right, dude.
It's a great
it was in
movie.
the theater back in the day.
This is a song that was in 10 Things I Hate About You.
That was a joke. My God.
I liked it.
Gray ceiling on the earth.
But here's the thing. That band is awesome. I think I was telling, who was I telling it last week or 2 weeks
Everyone.
ago? Probably. One of my favorite bands ever is Sister Hazel. And if you ever go to the concert, they do some covers, but for the most part, they have 6, 7 albums that they can pull from. And one of the best songs they have is a song called Champagne High. It's a song they wrote about a guy that goes to the wedding of his ex-girlfriend that he just didn't commit to. And he feels remorse about it. It's like a powerful song. It's like, all these songs are really good, and the guy sings really well. But the really cool thing about it, we went to a concert in South Haven, Mississippi, and they were doing this festival in South Haven, Mississippi, and we're like, oh, okay, let's go. And we went, and the rain was coming down. It was an outdoor event, and it was raining. And we're like, they're going to cancel this fucking thing. We came all the way here. And they're going to cancel it. So the show goes on. The opening band, the band has a canopy over them. The opening band plays, and everything's going off, but nobody's there because it's raining its ass off. So everybody just assumes that it's been canceled, right? I'm trying to find that song. If I could spell champagne.
It didn't help you out till you got to like the G.
Well, he forgot to delete the your part of it.
That might have been why your champagne. That's not right. But so anyways, we were at this concert all night, standing in the rain. It was one of the best concerts me and my wife had ever been to because it was like, you're
personal.
standing in the rain.
He's
Yes.
like,
Fucking personal.
Yeah.
And he played for the 7 of us that stuck around.
No. Well, there was probably 50 people out there.
Yeah.
And here's what happened. The show ends, and they didn't play this song. And I'm going to play it real quick.
And then y'all were like, woo! Encore.
Well, we did that. They wasn't coming back. It was raining. But this song, this is the one I was telling you about. It's a song about like how he went to the wedding of his ex-girlfriend.
I never thought it would hurt just here.
So we're sitting there. In fact, I'm gonna let you listen to a little bit of this. I'm
Well, I checked Facebook.
No, I'm
I want
pull
you
it
to
up.
see these pictures of me when I was thin.
I did do that earlier. I did do that
He
earlier.
held us hostage. I was like, look at all these pictures.
Here's me with Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's the 2021 version of you guys come in here and look at these slides of my vacation. This motherfucker made us look at pictures of him on the beach while he was 80 pounds skinnier.
Here's me and Mel Gibson drinking cocktails.
He's like, look,
We get it.
It's me and a B-list celebrity. Hey, look, it's me when I had more neck.
But no, I mean this band.
What is that in your hand?
His
I thought that was a load. Like, look at that hand. That's your.
It's in the middle to the right. Yeah.
That's snow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's snow. Informer. So, anyways, I
So we
said
found
all
him
that.
out in the.
He's
We
like,
found him in
he's
the
like,
parking
hey
lot."
guys, I know I made you listen to almost that whole song. Listen to it again, but from another different,
No.
shittier recording.
So we had stood in the rain all night, and they didn't sing that
And
song.
we were like, fuck this. We're going to this motherfucker's buzz.
We started rocking the shit, and he was like,
So-
I'll sing the song. Please don't hurt me.
We're saying this because Richard's pulled up this Facebook video. that
Where
he
the
took.
audio is clearly going to be worse than what we were
But
just
this is
listening
like
Well,
out
to be
in a-
fair, that was recorded in a studio.
This is out in a parking lot somewhere, and this
No.
guy's like, okay, I'll get my guitar.
So the lead singer of Sister Hazel's named Ken Block.
What?
Like the racer?
Yes, exactly.
No.
Bullshit.
Yes, that's his name, Ken Block.
Oh, it's a different Ken Block.
Yes.
Oh my
it's
God.
not- he don't race
Oh, I was
cars
thinking-
and
oh my
sing
God.
I'm a
songs.
huge Ken Block fan, and I was like, I
Well,
did
me
not
too.
know. I did not know.
But so after being in the rain all night, we start yelling like "Shabba-da, shabba-da," trying to get them to come back from there. Like roadies are starting to take shit down.
They were like, fuck you, 50.
They ain't coming back
And then
out. Go home.
And then all of a sudden, Ken Block comes out with his acoustic guitar and stands in the middle of all of us.
And then he revs his car.
Y'all better get out of here. I'm gonna do a donut. Fuck all you.
So he came out into the crowd.
Yes, he came out
into the 50 people
that were still there that were there all night.
That's
that paid,
fucking awesome.
That paid $28 to see him.
And he played his acoustic guitar, and you could hear people like
That's clearly Howie
Sing
Mandel
along.
out there. That's not Ken Block.
It would hurt just to hear. I do a number on myself and
You can hear Richard really
Yeah.
well.
I was so hammered.
to be and you'll be the
I was recording this.
just left me undone.
You were doing more than that, bud.
Yeah,
And we appreciate you for it.
I was.
He's wanking him.
He was triple timing it. He was wanking it. He he was singing along.
But
and
this
he
was
recording.
awesome. Like, how many times does an artist come out and
We're
be like,
shitting on you because it's funny to do that?
Yeah.
But I get it.
It's awesome.
he does mock us here in a minute for not hitting a note right, but you got 50 people that's been standing in the rain drinking for like 4 hours.
Right.
Mine is a long way from done. Here we go. I'm on a champagne.
A drunk ass.
Stop wondering why on a champagne.
But that's fucking awesome. Like, do you ever hear a story about, well, then Prince just came out and started playing his acoustic guitar and singing Purple Rain together.
Yes, I have heard those stories.
Oh, but that's awesome. And Prince was awesome too. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, the give back here was. Yeah. All right, I'll turn it down. I just thought that was awesome.
It's dope. It's
And-
fucking cool.
and
I love it
that's-
when somebody that isn't famous and had 3 hits or whatever. I love it. When,
Come on now. Come on now.
Come on now,
Come on
John.
now, Gober.
I
Get on
love
out
it
of here.
when a dude that actually can sing and play the guitar. I love it at a party when they just bust it out. Most people hate that. They're like, "Oh God, not this fucking guy again."
I love that.
I
shit,
fucking
man.
love it. It's so much fun. And if everybody's singing along,
I've got
if
a
you know
guitar.
a third of the words and you just sing along to those parts, and other people will fill in the parts they know.
Maybe that's what we need to do next week. I'll grab my guitar, bring it up here.
And
Well,
then
no,
we-
I think that's what you would like. You know, we're
I'll play
supposed to record
guitar
a
and y'all-
podcast. Like,
y'all
not,
can sing, and we'll do a karaoke version of the show. Watermelon sugar. Ha.
Watermelon sugar.
I would just do Chuck Berry's "My Ding-a-Ling."
Ah, ding-a-ling.
I've done that around
Ah,
the.
ding-a-ling.
I've done that.
Won't you?
I
play-
have sung that while one of our friends' uncles played guitar around a campfire to people.
Oh God!
He
Did
was like,
somebody get
"Sing my
touched?
ding-a-ling," and I was like, "Okay."
Please tell
Sing
me.
that Ma Ding Lin in.
Masturbate.
Yeah, that's a touchy uncle.
It wasn't my uncle. It was one of our friends.
It makes it better if it wasn't
He's like,
my
it's
uncle,
not
right?
gay. If it's not your uncle."
No,
I wasn't molested. It wasn't my uncle.
I was a grown man. So
I consented.
You just want me to touch it, and then you'll give me the free baseball card.
look, man,
right?
I just sang a Chuck Berry song around a campfire while he played
He
guitar.
said,
that's
"I
all.
just talked about playing with my ding-a-ling around the campfire because that uncle asked me to."
This is the same guy that I took a picture with. This is at another venue.
He's like, "You again?"
2 years. Yeah, his face does say, "Yeah, this motherfucker
Oh,
again."
jeez, I have stalkers.
Play for one motherfucker.
He's got to
in
get
the
used to
ring.
that, though, right? Because the
Oh,
only
yeah.
people to come see Sister Hazel now are just hardcore
You'd be surprised,
fans.
dude. Like, there's been some concerts where there's like it's packed.
Well,
Like-
I'm not saying they don't have a ton of fans. I'm
Yeah.
saying that everybody there is a
spread
big
out.
fan, right? If you went to a Britney Spears concert, there's probably a bunch of dudes there that
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about Britney Spears. They just brought their lady there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of that situation. That's not what Sister Hazel's doing anymore. They're only playing to their crowd at this point.
Right. It's kind of like, but here's the thing. I'm like niche, like when it comes to like music.
Oh,
I
me
love
too.
if you can sing. I don't care
Oh, I'm the
how
same way.
anybody would say it's
I
like,
have,
that's
to, I have to
pussy
be able
music.
to. I have
or
to be able to
whatever.
feel the music, and they have to be good at it. Right? It can't just be popular for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the other day, I played this song.
And I'm going to do it again because that's what they like on this
Yeah.
show. A comeback. A comeback. Ain't that what it called?
This song. I played this song for my wife the other day. Good damn singer, Otis Redding.
Have you heard? Fuck.
Fuck Richard. Yeah, I've heard that a lot from my
I'm trying to
dad.
think of his name. Hang on.
For 11 straight
Yeah.
years. And then for
It's
the
his
rest of my
birthday.
life.
Fuck Richard. Okay. But yeah, I played this for my wife yesterday. You score some major bonus points if you found the song that your wife likes and you dance with her in the kitchen to it
Huh.
while she's cooking.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. You can get it in for
I usually
meatloaf's
just pay the
done.
bills on time.
Paid the bills again on time, then you just point at your dick. There it is. Utilities are done.
Look up Charles Bradley Changes.
Charles Bradley Changes.
That song, it's a cover actually of a Black Sabbath song. And it's
Tell
actually,
that asshole to shut up outside.
and it's also, if you've ever watched Big Mouth, it's the whatchamacallit. I've never seen the video. Look at that live recording right there.
There we go.
No, the second one. Go back.
Oh, wait. Let me go back.
Yeah, the second
This
one.
one?
That's the one.
Okay.
right? The last tune you're going to do for us is Changes, which is
Oh.
a tune by Black Sabbath.
This is
You don't strike me
insane,
as the
dude.
average Black Sabbath fan. How did this tune cross your path?
But it's the
Mr.
theme song
Tom
to
McBurnett
Big Mouth too, the
did the
Netflix
song.
show, the animated show on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
But the lyrics was so powerful, and that was going.
And Charles
through a
Bradley
crisis
is a
when I
Motown
was
singer,
very young.
basically.
Oh yeah.
And
See, I love
wanted to
anybody that can
Changes
sing.
was like literally one of Black Sabbath's
And I
only
didn't wanna do the song,
heartfelt
but-
type
Yep.
songs. You know
And
what I
that's
mean?
exactly right.
It's really powerful.
Oh, it's a hugely powerful song,
I thought this
especially
would
when
be
this
like
dude sings up.
Tupac's Changes. Still I see no changes.
Nope.
All I see is racist faces.
Well, he ain't looking hard enough.
When
Yeah.
she said her last goodbye to
When's he gonna finish his little monologue and sing the damn song?
Well, he's talking about how his mom was dying.
Oh, no. Get to the damn song.
Beautiful version, man. They're gonna.
You're like
I think they'll all
78.
agree
Your
with
mom's
me once
dead.
they
We
hear
get it.
That dude looked like he was aggressively on coke. Like for real.
Like he was snorting it with an angry face. Almost said Charles Barkley.
I
Changes.
feel unhappy.
Hell yeah.
I feel so
You just wait.
sad.
This motherfucker kills it.
Richard might have a new song to Motu.
That I ever had.
You ever heard Josh's blues riff? We might do that in a minute.
I love her so.
If you're traveling down Memphis's Bill Street, and you hear this on the side of the road, you're like, I'm fucking going in.
Yes, immediately.
I let her
The music will stop, and everybody's gonna look at me, but they'll sing again.
That's right. How's that pasty motherfucker doing?
Somebody done called the cops.
changes.
I've heard this. This is awesome.
Oh man, it's so good.
I'm going to changes.
When a man sweats that much while he's singing,
That's why James Brown had a cloth man.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Hurts so bad.
You know when you sweat physically when you sing like a preacher, you doing some work.
Yes, sir.
Lord have mercy. Somebody put something in the plate.
Gonna be a
You want to see me sweat? Listen to me hit an E flat.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
The guitarist looks unmotivated as shit, by the way. Oh hell yeah!
That was me on that first hemorrhoid shit. Or pre-hemorrhoid shit, rather.
So the other day, I was trying to hook up the internet in here, and I was trying to sit in your chair, Josh, and it started slinging back. I made that noise. We got to get that drop for the soundboard.
We found a way.
That's awesome. See, I'm a big.
But soon
If you can sing your song, you know what I mean. I don't mind if it's pop. I don't care if it's rap, rock, whatever it is. If
You have to be able to perform
sing,
it. Yeah.
Like one of my favorites, like here lately, that I found was a cover. I'm trying to type it in and talk.
By me first and then gimme.
No, it was a cover by Chris Cornell.
Oh yeah, they actually
Have
been
you
playing
seen
this on
that?
the radio a lot.
They have been, and like Chris Cornell,
He's a motherfucker. Is what
could sing his ass off. You couldn't tell it because of Black Hole Sun. You're like, I can't get into that.
Well,
but
once they did Audio Slave and a couple.
yeah,
other things,
like a Stone. Jesus.
You could really tell. I mean, and
But-
if you listen to more Soundgarden than just the you know what I mean, popular stuff.
But this is his cover of Nothing Compares to You.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days.
It's just a different kind of game.
Since you took your love away.
I still get goosebumps. Man, fuck. Like, he is such a good singer.
I go out all night and sleep all day.
Fucking hell.
Since you took your love away.
He's as good as it gets, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Since you've been gone, I can do.
this is probably my favorite version of this song.
Oh man, the original's pretty.
Yeah.
It is pretty good, but I mean, I love this. Because it's acoustic.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of those. I almost have like a
Dude,
college girl level love of acoustic.
I told you guys the last time that I started listening to Tyler Childers through like Pandora on accident. It was just like adjacent to something else I was listening to.
Mhm.
I was listening to him for years before he became really, really good, like famous. And then all of a sudden, I guess all of the recordings that I was listening to on Pandora were live versions. And then I bought his albums, 2 of them. And I was like, I don't like this very much. There's too much bullshit in the music that doesn't feel as raw and real.
Well, that's kind of what happened to me with Noah Gunderson. I was like, I loved his ass for years, and then all of a sudden,
sending my toenail clippings and everything.
Yeah,
the industry got a hold of him. Not all the way, but kind of half-assed, where he started making a little money. And
the only one that I like the radio version and the live version of is Stapleton. That motherfucker right there.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker no matter what.
I loved
he
him
does.
with the Steel, because I knew him through the Steel Drivers before I ever knew him as a solo artist. I was like, and I didn't know he was the lead singer of the Steel Drivers. I just happened to be listening because it's a bluegrass band that he did way before his solo stuff. But he's really fucking good. He's as good as it gets.
I love it that Bishop Bullwinkle was right on the suggested page. I love that shit.
When you're talking about Chris Stapleton,
have you heard Colter Wall? Do you like country?
I like, dude. Like I said, if you can sing,
look up Colter Wall.
But like this song right here is just the chorus part where he hits that. Like all of this. I didn't mean for this to be a music song show, by the way.
Evidently, we're doing.
We go where we go,
for you,
baby.
Lance Levine. We're coming for you.
We go where we go, baby.
Who'd you say look up?
Colter Wall. You're gonna love the dude. He's like super young, but he has a really old voice.
I just got to hear this chorus one time. Fuck yeah. All right, so what Colter Wall song am I looking up?
Watch the brewery session real quick.
Let me fade this out real quick. Let me do Chris Stapleton the right way.
Let me fade this out real quick. We've just been
out.
clicking on the other shit. But let me fade this.
The brewery, what now?
It doesn't matter. The brewery, the Devil Wears a Suit and Tie is really good. Go ahead and do that. But he looks nothing like what he sounds like.
Yeah, he
It's
looks
weird.
like a 18-year-old kid.
He's legit 21 in here. This is a 21-year-old kid, basically.
He barely made it in this brewery.
But he said he watches this and cringes because he felt like he was trying too hard.
Oh, yeah.
But if you listen to, like, Bob Fudge...
It sounds like he's playing a country acoustic version of that, You Got a Friend in Me.
But he's doing the bass drum here and the guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's doing all the stuff.
It's a one-man band.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just wait. This is going to blow your fucking mind.
I kind of like the guys that play like...
He's got a fucking one of them baritone.
He does.
Well, Reverend, please come quick.
I bet that man's made a ransom call before, hasn't he?
Let me tell you a quick story over the top of this. Joe Rogan actually got wind of this guy and was like, I really am interested in him. I wonder if I can get him on the show.
Somewhere BT's going, it only took him about an hour to bring up Rogan.
And when he tried to get this guy, after he moved to Austin, mind you, he was like, hey, he called the dude's management, hey, can I get him on the show? And they were like, he's in Texas. And he's like, perfect, I am too. They were like, he's not reachable, though. He's on a ranch. He doesn't want to fuck with people right now. Sorry. He'll be back in 3 or 4 months.
And you're telling, like, Joe Rogan, like, the #1 podcaster ever, the guy that got paid how many millions
you hear
for his
this,
show?
Now put in Colter Wall Bob Fudge, because that's, like, one of his newer songs that he's released on, you know what I mean? One of his newer singles that he's done on, and just listen to the advancement of him from there to now. You can tell he's 3 or 4 or 5 years older now. He's getting a little bit more refinement.
Are we doing live from the pasture or the
Yes.
studio?
Live from the pasture. my
He
friend.
actually recorded this shit on a pasture.
That is exactly right.
Like a cow was shitting right there 2 minutes ago.
It's very haunting.
I was born in Texas,
It is haunting.
Lampasas County.
And he looks like he's seen some shit now.
Yeah.
Smallpox and Comanches.
I can see where you say like that video a minute ago. Where
Like, I just don't see how you say you like this, but you don't like old country. How can you not like? How can you like Merle Haggard?
I do some of it.
you're probably like me. There's some things you just probably hadn't been exposed to.
That's exactly right.
Like you hear certain songs and you're like,
Yeah,
I'll
I like
be damned.
that. Yeah. But the problem is most of the country I've been exposed to my whole life was garbage.
Yeah.
So I just threw it in the garbage.
I thought you were gonna say Garth Brooks.
No.
I was like, either way, it's interchangeable, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I like
He's got
that.
good. He got a few good songs.
Yeah,
Garth
Thunder
Brooks can
Rolls
sing,
and shit
man.
like that. Yeah, there's some
A lot of
shit
it's
in there.
fucking trash.
So one of the things he did a special called Garth Brooks Live. Like he had this disc set where he talked about how he wrote his songs, and like he was a big Bob Seger fan, and like the Thunder Rolls was a Bob Seger type song.
Yeah.
And when you listen to him tell all those stories, you're like, I'll be damned. Like some of these songs are really in depth. Like you would think he was
wrong for that summer.
Where he fucked that old woman. He was wrong.
This kid right here, the Coulter Wall kid, he's from fucking Saskatchewan.
Really?
Yes.
I would
think
have
this
thought
is the
Mississippi.
guy that. Or is this the one Brock Lesnar was all head over heels
Him
about?
and the guy that all the women love, Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is on this guy's dick so hard.
He has like
there's
a
a
Johnny
video,
Cash sound.
Yeah.
And everybody can hear it,
Yeah.
and everybody knows he's going to be giant someday. As soon as he catches one day, he'll he'll blow up over fucking night, bro. And he's already kind of a big deal. But
If he has the right song that somebody like a Brock Lesnar was to come out to on UFC, and people
Well,
go,
he's
who
already
the hell
talked
is
about
that?
him. He talked about him when he was on, I guess, maybe Rogan. Wasn't Brock on Rogan's thing?
I don't know.
He was on, Steve Austin. Steve Austin asked him, what's some of the music you like now? And this was a few years ago, but he said, Brock lives in Saskatchewan on a fucking giant thing or whatever. He said, this kid from Saskatchewan, fucking
Where?
Coulter Wall, Saskatchewan.
Szechuan chicken.
Social media.
Social media.
Szechuan chicken.
But he talked about Coulter Wall a few years ago.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
And that's when his brewery sessions were coming out. That Bob Fudge song is pretty recent.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
love those storytelling songs like like I said, Johnny Cash.
Red
A boy named Sue.
Red Sylvan's Teddy Bear.
The one talking about one piece at a time.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost me a dime.
Somebody said on Facebook, a boy named Sue would be a lot easier of a life in 2021.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you do?
Life's pretty easy for a boy named Sue.
He's like, oh, yeah, it actually is, actually.
This is all right.
I got to win all the competitions with all the girls.
This will be the last song, but y'all remember that song "Cry to Me"? It's like an old 50s song or 60s song.
Oh, that's about "Lie to Me" by fucking Johnny Lang.
No, this song.
That's a one-hit wonder forever, man.
So this is a guy that redid it. We're talking about remakes and songs. I don't know when I'll talk about this again, but this is Mark Broussard with "Cry to Me."
He kept it kind of true to the original, too.
Yeah. He's a white guy with a beard.
So this is Blue-Eyed Soul, right?
And he sounds just like this when he does the live versions.
Sweet.
Which is the best thing.
Have you heard Nathaniel Rateliff in the Night Sweats?
Yes.
Son of a bitch. Give me a drink. That guy's also very good. Nathaniel Rateliff is really, really good.
The chorus part's what gets me. It's like it sounds really good like this. That's the verse again.
He did have some good gravel there.
Yeah. His live version of this song is way better than this, actually. But how I found this song was through Opie and Anthony. Opie had this guy on his show. And like his live version, I was like, damn, that's pretty awesome.
And then you get disappointed when you hear the other version.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the recorded version's kind of crappy. I kind of like the live version.
Yep.
I like how you just praise this man, then you shit all over him.
Kind of like my mom did with me.
Yeah.
You know.
Your daddy's so good, and then he leaves. He's like, he's a son of a bitch.
No.
The only thing good came from him was you.
But talking okay, well, while we're talking about music, did y'all know this was a thing? All right, so I've got my phone here. Like
I don't know how to work, admittedly.
No, this is the new phone.
Oh shit!
So
fancy. I bet he got that expensive motherfucking
had
phone.
to download a text app because he
did.
couldn't figure out how to send text messages.
What?
What?
What
I
kind of
asked him,
phone
"Did you
do you
get this phone from fucking Iraq? Like, what's?"
So when you get a if you have an AT&T phone, there's features on it.
I've bought an unlocked phone
But
before,
if you buy
man.
an unlocked phone, sometimes the features are a little different from the AT&T branded phone that's the same model. So this one doesn't do multimedia text messages right. So like if I send you and Josh a message, it sends it as two separate text messages. It doesn't combine them. So I downloaded an app.
I think you can change that in the settings, bro.
Well, you figure with somebody as much money as he's got,
and in the tech field,
you know,
he'd be able to figure out how to use a dang phone.
I figure he'd be smart enough. Hey, I've got all this fucking money. I'll just spend $300 and I'll get a fucking AT&T phone that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I won't get
You
this
don't
Dollar
have
General
money,
phone.
Josh, from spending it all the time.
That's exact. I was just about to say he ain't gonna keep all that money if he spends it all.
No,
and he ain't gonna have my respect if he uses a text app the whole goddamn time.
But I just
That's
want
fucking awful.
Text shamed
You
right
wouldn't
now.
know. It's not like it goes. This text was sent.
You
from
were
a texting
acting like
app.
my mom fucking getting a DVD player trying to hook it up. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing, Rich, Josh. I'm calling myself Rich.
I really love him better, Joshua. You know that. He's the son I wanted.
Right.
But no, what I was going to say was this is like, okay, so I didn't know this was a thing. So apparently, what am I holding here, Josh?
A giant ass measuring cup.
Yeah, it's
usually
it's
commonly
a bowl.
used from drug lords that have
Or large amounts
of
oh, shit,
cocaine.
there was water in there. But no, this is like
That's the biggest fucking measuring cup I've ever seen in my life.
But it also works with like a little like a bowl.
You know, like to eat out cereal, eat with cereal and whatnot.
I just want to point this out. Like my mother-in-law showed me this. So we were listening. I was actually playing some of the spam calls that we've done here because they don't hear them all.
Right.
They don't listen to the show, thank God.
Thank God.
You know, the first time I was like,
so do you really not like that karaoke over Uncle Jerry's? I was just joking.
But you know, like there's been times that we've been talking about stuff very personal.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's kind of blue around the edge of the helmet, you know, and then you never realize how bad certain things are about our podcast until they're like, let's listen to it on the TV in front of the whole family.
Listen,
You're
brother.
like, oh fuck, I can't remember. I think I talk about coming in the couch here.
I'm not joking. I'm not kidding anybody. I know how bad it is. That's why But I'm
keep
honest.
everyone awake like a goalie.
No,
don't listen to that.
Hey, I'm
Don't
only
listen
like
to
that
it.
with a couple family members. Like I told my mom the other day, I was telling her about something on the show or whatever, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, like there's people in Sweden know who Ray J is." She's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah."
And
like,
knows he pisses off the back of the porch.
I
and he
told
has
her-
And he's
big
got
dong.
a huge ego.
You would too if you had a dick that size.
but I
That's
told
never
her-
come up on the podcast. Weirdly.
That's why they don't tell me shit. I've talked about that before. They don't tell me shit anymore because they know, hey, I'm going to talk about it if it's funny or if it strikes me as funny.
Yeah.
So, like I was telling Josh, this is like a bowl. I didn't know this. This is something my mother-in-law showed me. All right, I'm going to play a song.
She showed you a bowl.
Yeah. I didn't know those things existed. I've lived a sheltered life.
He's like,
I used
listen,
to
my
eat
mother-in-law
cereal.
showed me how to use a bowl. It's crazy,
You
dude.
see cereal off a paper
Cereal off
plate.
a plate.
It's the son of a bitch. You got to pour and eat at the same
I
time.
used to just put my hands together and then pour a little milk.
You know, like the natives ate. They didn't have. No, they had bowls too. You dumbass. Oh, well, hell, I don't know what a homeless person.
They eat it out of a box.
So this is my song. I don't know if you can hear that,
Yep, that's Green Day.
but listen when I had put it in a bowl. It echoes it, like it amplifies it. I didn't
That's
know
what I
that.
do at my little closet in the bathroom. I put it right there and it echoes.
Yeah.
But that's like I didn't know that. Like you
What
could,
the fuck, bro?
you don't need a speaker. So like this is me 2 feet away with my phone. You hear it, and now it's 2 feet away or a foot away in a.
I do that with the cup holder in the car too.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed. Like basic physics.
This motherfucker doesn't know how acoustics work.
Bless you.
Y'all know this? Watch this shit. And I throw an apple in there. Look, did you see it hit the ground? Fucking gravity, am I right?
That's what I feel like right now.
Well, fuck me then, I guess.
Newton's like, dude, gravity. Everybody's like, yeah, dumbass.
Yeah. Fucking string theory, am I right?
Oh, my God.
You know the Earth is round?
Do we?
Ain't that some shit?
It's like, yeah, supposedly.
So since you did that, I'm gonna ruin something for you there, Gobi.
Oh, no.
Here's you on a sex tape from your webcam.
And I posted it on Pornhub.
You said I was a
Well,
techie,
my dick
right?
looks even smaller on camera.
We put a filter on it.
This is bullshit.
No, we were talking last night that we were watching the storm coverage, and what do you watch when you're waiting for a storm to come? You watch whatever's on your local market. And last night me and Josh were watching American Idol.
Yeah, and
which has gotten weird. Somebody pointed out to me, who's the country singer that's on American Idol now?
Luke Bryan.
He's a weirdo.
Somebody pointed out to me that he looks like an adult butthead.
He does.
And that's all I see now.
Yes.
I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot unsee that. Yeah. But the thing about it was
he's pretty local to here, actually.
I think so.
Well, he apparently was dating some lady in I forget, somewhere just north of Milan. So he was at Lee's Fried Chicken all the time. And shit. Everybody's like, why is Luke Bryan in Milan at Lee's?
He's getting some fried chicken after he fucked the chick from Three-Way.
Have I ever told you the story about Joey Diaz going ham on? Do you know who Joey Diaz is?
Yeah.
Autos?
No, he was on Rogan as usual. And
it only took him an hour and 20 minutes to
But
mention Rogan for the second time.
Rogan does filler episodes sometimes, and he'll just have his friends on, and they'll talk shit for 3 hours. Well, Joey Diaz is one of the most epic versions of that. And out of nowhere, they were talking about food, and they were dieting, and they were like, yeah, and then these fucking foods are so delicious, and they were high as balls, you could tell. And talking about food in general, and they were like, watermelon, yeah, that's kind of racist, and and they go through this whole thing, and then he's like, yeah, but dog, fried chicken, it's the fucking best, dog.
It is.
And then he was like, and then out of nowhere, I swear I'm listening to this podcast, I'm treating yards like I usually do, just doing my thing, and then he's like, Joe Rogan, Milan, Tennessee, Lee's Fried Chicken. What the fuck do you know about it? He's like, Joey, I don't know a fucking thing about Lee's Fried Chicken. He's like, dog, you've never had chicken like this in your life.
He was banging a girl, or he was dating a girl or something, right?
His wife has family. in the area.
Joey Diaz?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. See, my wife, she follows a little bit of Rogan and everything, but I was telling her about because I think I said it on the McRadcast one time. I fall asleep listening to Pandora's Comedy Station, and so I get Joe Rogan, I get Lewis Black, Colin Quinn, yeah. And Joey Diaz is on there sometimes. So I was telling her about a Joey Diaz bit, and she's like, "Oh, I like Joey Diaz." I was like, "How do you know who the fuck he is?" Yeah. She's like, "Hell, he's been in movies." And so I was like, "Well, yeah, he has, but
he was on The Sopranos."
That is awesome that he is been from this area.
Yeah, and see, I know him through Rogan, basically, right? I mean, I'm not a fan of his fucking acting career,
right?
But his comedy is hilarious. He's an
hilarious.
insane human, right? And so he just makes funny things. So
talks about being in prison.
His cocaine stories are the best.
He's like, I kidnapped a man at gunpoint when I was 24 years old. Joe Rogan. He says, he's like, and now he comes to my goddamn comedy shows whenever I'm in town. I take him out to dinner every goddamn time. And you're like, all right.
That's the least you can do.
Yeah. He's like, we're real good friends. We're on Facebook together.
Oh, man.
You know that thing from 94.
I'm a different person, but I can't get into Canada because I got a felony. We got to do comedy in America.
That is the damnedest thing. We have all these people that are like, oh, we have so many restrictions on how you get in the Canada is a motherfucker to get in. You can have a DUI and they'd be like,
you turn around, buddy.
No, buddy, you got to go ahead and turn around there, guy.
Eddie Bravo, another one of Rogan's friends, told a story about how he tries every time he tries to get into Canada because he's a jiu-jitsu instructor. He got his own academy.
Can't plan it, baby.
Yeah, and he's like, every time I go to Canada, they bring up this one situation from like 20 years ago where I was working for a repo guy, and I had like $10,000 in cash on me, and I was headed to the bank, and the police stopped me, and they were like, what is this? Is this drug money? He's like, I promise it's not. He's like, they never even put me in cuffs. They just called my boss, confirmed all of the information I said, and it's still on my record somehow, and they bring it up every time I try to get into Canada.
What's funny is like,
what you have that money for, buddy?
I've been to Mexico a couple times on cruises and
they
stuff.
don't give a fuck.
But no, they don't.
You ever tried to put anabolic bottles up your ass?
Because we'll let you.
Well, no, here's the thing. Like, you go to these countries and you're like, they don't have that, like, where they're just a guy behind a computer typing shit in and go, yeah, you can't come in. They have, like, full fatigue guys.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, with AK-47s
And they just look you in the eyes.
Yeah.
He's okay. I think he's okay.
Like, I'm serious. Yeah. Like, it's a lot more intense than that computer. Like, I told a story this week about how me and my father-in-law got off a boat. And I can't remember.
I thought he was going to stop it. Got off. I was like, boy, this is weird.
There was a couch
off at the same time.
There was a couch there with a love
It was a
seat.
big couch. All right.
If they don't
I was
want you
on
to,
one end. He's on the other.
If they don't want you to
We
love it,
bookended that bitch.
if they don't want you to love it, don't call it a love seat. That's
right.
all I'm saying.
That's right.
No,
to completion.
we were coming off
Twinkie.
we double stuffed Oreo that month. So we were in, like, I can't remember if it wasn't Cozumel. I'm trying to think of where it was, but it was somewhere
That's
in
a
Mexico.
rich man conversation.
It wasn't Cancun. I can't. It was in Mexico. But we get off at the port, and somebody asked me, said, "Have you ever been scared on one of those cruises going into another country?" And I said, "Well, there was only one time, and it was all in the same day." I said, "My father-in-law and me. If you know my father-in-law, he's a lot like Josh's dad. So everything that Josh has said about his dad."
Hangs it off the porch.
There was one time I walked
Off
in.
the porch rail.
He found out low T and sunlight on your balls actually helps that, and it ruined Christmas. But anyways, no.
He's like, hey, Richard, how big is your dick?
That is a question that my father-in-law would ask, to be honest with you. So we
Sounds
were
like an awesome dude.
Show me with this ruler.
He's a fun guy, but if you're ever in a sophisticated area and you're like trying to fit in,
Oh boy,
you don't
I'm that
want
guy
him there.
Too. I'm that guy too.
Yeah, you're always different people.
Oh yeah,
like everybody's different people at some point or another.
Yeah.
you
You're
can't take me to a fancy place. I will ruin it for everyone.
No. I was talking about, like, everybody has that mode where if they're in party mode, sometimes they can be embarrassing. They know how to act at work. They know how to, you have versions of yourself where you know how to act. He does not.
He's like the same guy.
He's the same guy.
Good for him. I bet he lives with way less stress than most humans too.
But when you get on that boat and he's like, what's all these gays in on the boat?
He's not so much like, he might be a little bit like, but he's not so much.
It's like, well, a little bit.
We're in Tennessee, let's be honest.
hang on
But
now.
he's not like the hateful type. Well, hold on.
You're not painting
All
a very
right,
good
we're
picture.
gonna move on to the next subject before we
He's-
throw this poor man under the bus.
He is more or less, he got injured a couple years back, like probably 10, 12 years
Is it a
ago.
head injury?
It was a neck injury.
All right.
So, like, he got injured like 10,
Oh.
12 years ago. He was on to show you what kind of a guy he was. He broke his neck at like 50 years old because his buddy was goosing the boat and he fell over. And
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
so, but I mean, he was cool with it until he was like,
He was
I can't
like-
move
he
my
was
arms.
like, damn, George, you done paralyzed
I'd
me.
whoop your
I
ass,
swear
but
to
I
God,
can't feel
that was
my hands.
probably that was probably both of those statements is what he said. He is one of those guys that can be cankerous at times, but he is really a laid back guy. If you're partying and he's in a good mood, he's not in pain, because since then he's been in some
Oh
pain.
yeah,
let's
turns
be
out
honest.
he was almost paralyzed once.
Right. So
He can be a bit of a
he can be cankerous when those nerve endings start flaring up.
He's like, boy, he sure can be a stick in the mud.
Well, he's in pain, motherfucker. No, but I mean, if you're at a party, you want him to be there. You know what I mean? Like, he is the life of a party. But so the only time I've ever felt like nervous on a cruise, we stopped off at this Mexican port, And we get on this
He
bus.
started goosing the throttle.
It's like, how'd you get in the cruise ship control center?
he falls over.
And does it again. Fucker don't learn. He just don't learn. No.
When they're goosing, hang on to something.
So
I got 2 beers and 2.
So now I've got 2 stories I want to tell about my father-in-law on a cruise. The same cruise, by the way. So we stop off at a port in Mexico, and this is the only time I've ever been scared. We get on a bus, and when I say a bus, because there is no like shuttles or anything around where the ship docked in this area. It was just desert, like it was just deserted. And there's this school bus you have to get on, like literal school bus. So we get on this school bus.
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're uncomfortable. And the bus stops outside this gated area, and this guy with full Army fatigues and an AK-47 steps on the bus. Scared shitless right now. He looks around and gets off the bus. We travel into the city.
I think usually in that situation you're okay unless the person with the gun's like, I am sick of this shit.
But he sasays that in Espanol.
Yeah. You're like, what? And then you start shooting your friends.
Or if he takes the prettiest lady off the bus.
Right.
You're like, no, please don't do that.
No bueno, senor, no bueno.
He's like, what are you going to do about it? And he steals the woman.
He's got a large gun. I have no guns. So,
boy, you got 2 guns on your shoulders.
So I was scared
Take care of him.
But I was also scared when we got into the city that we rode the bus into. So me and my father-in-law was like, we want to skip the bullshit. Like when you get into a city in Mexico on a cruise,
tourist stuff.
It's like tent set up. Hey, senor, let me give you this. Yeah. Hey, you want to buy this? Hey, buy this.
It's like Memphis in May with people trying to sell you random shit. Gotcha.
So we were like, hey, let's see what an actual Mexican Walmart looks like. I don't know why.
He wants to see the real Mexico.
We wanted to see the real Mexico.
He walks in and it's about the size of a Mexican grocery store here.
Well, no. So we walk in.
Is a Walmart?
So we found this driver and we're like, we want to go to a Walmart. And he's like, okay, like Walmart, like a store, like a big store, like a shop. Like,
I love how they're like, take me to a large general store. Take me to a Walmart.
Yeah, that's what we said. And so he drives us to the store. Not a Walmart, by the way.
They probably don't have one.
Walmart.
I love how you're an American and you just assume that Walmarts are everywhere.
They are. Sam Walton was like the Genghis Khan of the marketing world.
He was.
He's like, I'm going to plant my seed in everything, Arkansas and above.
McDonald's like, hold my beer.
Yeah. So we go to this place. It's like a third world Walmart.
Oh, you
I
don't
guess
say.
Is what you would say. It looked like a giant Sam's Club, but like
way
Mexico.
shittier.
Yeah. I hate to say it like
had
that.
dirt floors and shit.
They were slaughtering chickens right in front of everybody.
Amigo, fresh chicken leg.
There's actually cockfights over in one corner.
Amigo, bet some money.
Yeah.
God, our opinion of Mexico is so low. What is happening?
So
we should probably help those people if we think it's that bad. They're right there, bro.
So we get out, and like the reason why we wanted to go, my father-in-law needed some swim trunks. Like he forgot to pack some.
Okay.
This is our first
so
port.
He's real well prepared for the cruise.
Yeah. So like, and I'll tell you a story in just a second that's going to blow this one away. Same cruise, by the way. So we were at this Mexican Walmart. I do quotes when I say Walmart. And we get off, and we're like looking around. He grabs the shorts he needs, throws them over his shoulder, and then we're in line, and he sees Cokes. Well, if you ever go to Mexico,
dope Cokes.
Well, they have America became pussy ass Coke makers, and when I say that is they don't put real sugar in their Cokes anymore. They use
they're funny because the regular sugar's probably better for you.
Yeah, probably
than the fucking corn
whatever they use corn
stuff.
syrup. But like you get a Mexican Coke, it's delicious. So he found it. Well, we're in line to pay, and, he's life of the party. Mike, he opens the Coke up and just starts drinking it because he's in line. He's going to pay for it, you know.
You do as an American.
Yeah.
Because we are owed everything.
Yeah. So he starts drinking the Coke. We get up to pay. They scan the item, scan his shorts, scan the Coke. That'll be however many pesos they say, and he hands them a 20.
Oh.
And they go, no, we do not take this currency. So, and it was this big, he's like, well, hell, I'll just put the shorts back. And they're like, no, sir, you drank the Coke. It's just like, oh, shit, I'm going to end up in jail because this motherfucker had 2 swigs off of Mexican Coke.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So we finally, we try to use the ATM. The ATM's like,
we don't recognize
no bueno.
No bueno.
We go out
Your
to
bank's like, sir, somebody stole your card and they're trying to use it in Mexico.
I finally get away from him enough to go, let me go see if our driver has money. They didn't want me to leave the store. Even though they had him, they didn't want me to leave.
I'm Bob Pops.
So I walk out and I'm like,
Father-in-law,
hey.
schmother-in-law.
Yeah. I didn't like him anyway. He told me I wouldn't amount to shit when I married him.
He keeps falling over on boats.
I'm going to trust judgment of a man that can't stand up on a pontoon.
His days are numbered anyway.
You can't stand on a pontoon. Shit, Mike. You deserve to die in this Mexican prison. So
El Chapo's like, what are you doing here?
I drank some Coke.
So it was good Coke though, right?
They wouldn't even take American dollars in this shithole.
So we go out to our driver. Our driver comes in and pays the tab. We pay him back, and I'm like, thank God we got out of that situation. But the funny part about it was he almost didn't get on that cruise ship altogether. So since he's got that disability, usually he can board before everybody. Like we send one person with him to be like, I don't want to say handler, but
it's ass wiper.
The guy
Man, if you got a disability, you need a handler, dog.
The person that's pushing him on the wheelchair. And this time it was my
He's
sister.
in a wheelchair?
Well,
to fake it so we can get on.
You got to get them rooms early, man. You got to get them rooms.
That's how you do it.
So we have my sister-in-law, my wife's sister. That's how that works, if you didn't know.
Oh, okay.
She's with him.
He's like, because I call my sister-in-law. It turns out.
So she's with him, and we see him go through with his case of Coke, because you can bring a case of Cokes on the. It wasn't good enough for him, apparently. He had to have the Mexican Coke. But we see him with
he
his
didn't understand what he was doing yet. He's like, wait, give me that cake. Throw them away. Give me the Mexican
No,
ones.
he took too many neck pills. He didn't know what he was doing.
So we see them like a good 30 minutes before, we're still in line. They're at the front of the line. They're going on the boat. We get on the boat and we're looking around for them and we're trying to find them. We can't get a hold of them. We can't call them. We can't do nothing. We can't find them. And we're looking for them. Like, when you get on a boat, you can't go straight to your room because they're still prepping that shit. They're still getting it ready from the people that was there that morning. They're
exiting in the front. You're in the back, bro.
So you're sitting there with all your shit in one of the food areas, and you're eating lunch, and they're like, "Hey guys, everybody's gonna be back in their rooms and their cargo ports here in a little bit. Right now, we've got DJ Flesh on the,
You missed your career in Carnival cruise ships.
There we go. And we're gonna do the wobble. How about everybody leave their shit on the side? Let's do the wobble, wobble, baby, wobble.
Steaky leg. Do the steaky leg.
So, and I'm for real. You're doing
Slide
the wobble.
to the right.
They do that shit as you're pulling out a port to distract you from the fact that you might get sick as fuck watching the ship spin.
Jeez,
so we're like, where the fuck are these people? So finally, we see my sister-in-law and my father-in-law come up, and we're like, where have y'all been? And my sister-in-law Amy is so embarrassed and pissed off at the same time. And she goes, this motherfucker, he's talking about her own dad, this motherfucker had a jacket on when he coming through here because it was fall break and it was kind of chilly and, we're porting. And she goes, inside the jacket, he had bullets from because the last time he was out with that jacket on, he was hunting squirrels or some shit.
As
and
you
he had
do with
bullets.
neck injuries.
He's like, he was in his wheelchair.
I noticed there's a lot of squirrels up there.
He have a handler that day too?
Dude, you know how many times
I'm gonna need you to push me over there by that tree.
There was a time my wife heard a call go out that there was this man on whatever street they were on. This is when they lived closer to the country, outside with a rifle. And it was him shooting squirrels out of the tree.
He's probably still in the city limits.
On the edge of the city limit. Half his house is in the city limits, half his house is in the country. Great. So, but anyways, so she was like, so they detained us as you would if somebody got on a boat
with bullets.
And they had to sign all this shit saying he wasn't He didn't know he had these. He wasn't planning on doing anything because that's what it takes. You sign an affidavit saying,
I swear to God,
I was bullshitting. I wasn't really going to shoot
swear to
nobody.
God, I wasn't going to murder all these people.
So after all this time, they finally let him on the boat. He looks at us and goes, "Oh, hell, I didn't give him all the bullets. I still got one in my pocket."
Good God. Throw it overboard, bro.
That's what we said. So fast forward. This is a 7-day cruise.
He's like, it's $2 a round. God damn, I ain't throwing it over.
7-day cruise, mind you. 7 days.
And he's already been in trouble twice.
You ain't really handicapped either, are you, motherfucker? And they kick
you dancing.
Walk.
They kick the chair out, and he falls and hits his neck.
They see him doing the Tootsie Roll in the food court before.
They're throttling the fucking
7-day cruise.
He falls out of his wheelchair.
And I'll tell you exactly what we were on. We were on the Carnival Dream. It's a huge boat.
Big ass motherfucker.
It's a big fucking boat. So we're on the boat 7 days. We've been to Mexico. He's done gotten off. We almost got in trouble. We almost got arrested because he didn't want to know, he wanted to drink his Coke. He decides he's going to get back on the boat. Last day, they wake you up early as fuck.
And he's going to shoot a gun off.
I'm the captain now. Unless one of y'all fuckers test me, and then I won't be the captain because I don't have any more bullets.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody, but that was my last one.
Right. So,
they took all the rest of them. But I swore I wasn't going to do this.
So we've been on this boat. If you've ever been on a cruise, the last day, they're just trying to get you off that motherfucker. They're just like, all right, thank y'all. Y'all can come eat breakfast here. Bring your shit. Bring your shit to the, it's the same thing as the first day where you're eating with your shit. But they're like, all right, bring your shit to the front lounge. You can have breakfast, and we're going to call you by a cabin number to exit the boat. And, you're off the boat by, 9:30. And then they clean the thing and whatever. So we're sitting there eating breakfast with all our shit, and he goes, "Oh, shit, I never threw that bullet overboard." And he looks at me and goes, "Hey, why don't you take this over there and throw it off the side of the ship?" I'm like, fuck you. I'm not getting busted for trying to ditch ammo.
Yeah. That's the point where you just literally toss it somewhere. You wipe off your fingerprints and toss it somewhere and hope nobody saw you do it.
So that was kind of the task he took with this. So there's this sliding glass door like a
Slides
store.
it real chalantly. Not nonchalant, chalant.
And it's automatic. It's kind of like your grocery stores, but it opens horizontally, right? And it goes out to the deck. So we're on the main deck where the movie theater and the pool is, and you walk to the side and the doors slide open. Like a sliding glass door in the middle, like barn doors, but they slide. And it's automatic. So he goes walking, and those doors open, and since he broke his neck, he walks like a crazy Frankenstein anyways. And he goes to throw it, and he pitches it softball underhand style, very obvious that he just threw something overboard.
Yep.
He's walking
And you see fucking two Mexican SEAL team divers.
It's almost better.
He might as well have been like, "Look at me do this."
Yeah, he might as well
say, "Hey guys, watch me throw this bullet off the side."
I ain't doing nothing illegal, but I'm gonna throw this thing overboard. It's just trash. Is
this still international waters where we don't really have laws?
Right. 2 days ago, he could have done this perfectly legal. They've been like, "What'd you throw overboard?" Nothing. Well, we can't do nothing about it. This is international. So he waits till we port New Orleans.
you know, gun violence problems there.
So he throws it overboard, and it's obvious, and we're like, "Oh my God, this motherfucker is gonna get arrested."
Yeah, I don't know him.
He comes back, and he's got a half smile on his face, oh fuck. He's like, "Well, fuck." I was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Well, I went to throw the bullet overboard. I threw it overboard. Look down, there's a damn tanker down there filling up the boat. It landed on the tanker somewhere." Jesus. So somewhere in New Orleans, there's a tanker with a bullet on it. Or they found it. They were like, "What the fuck is this?"
No, that's probably normal in New Orleans.
Probably.
It's a little. It's
they got AKs on tankers down there.
But that explains my father-in-law in a nutshell.
Yep.
I mean, fun guy to hang out with. That's who called me before the show. I was telling him I couldn't air up my tire on my mower. It's a front mower tire. And those motherfuckers, they want to collapse in, and you have to have them out.
Yep.
And he's like, "You should put a belt around it."
Yep.
Give
put
me
a strap around it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like,
or put brake fluid cleaner in there and then light it on fire.
It'll air it real quick or maybe explode.
Yeah. I've seen it work. It's crazy, but don't do it.
Yeah. He's the same guy. We were having a squirrel problem at our old house.
And he did something about it.
You got my 22?
He had a 22. He popped one off, missed.
Hit the house.
And I don't know what he hit. We
house.
didn't know. But then he hit it with the second one, didn't kill it, and then he's taking it out there Caligula style with the tail and bashing it into the stump, the tree stump.
Have I told you the story about...
Then he grabs it to pick it up, and it bites him, and he's like, motherfucker, and he steps on its head, and then grabs it by the tail
and
and
squirrels,
starts...
bro. What is with this
This
family?
was my father-in-law.
Yeah, but didn't you have a squirrel story when you had
He beat the shit out of it.
I
with a
shot the
2x4.
squirrel.
I told you about the mouse I had to beat to death once, right?
I
At
shot
McCaskill's old house.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I shot the
felt so bad.
squirrel, and it clipped its back legs. It paralyzed it, apparently. I tried to run it over.
It was like his father-in-law, so he tried to murder him.
Squirrels have a will to live that
Yes,
you'll
they
never
do.
understand. But I ran it over, and then I remember I told my mother-in-law, I was like, it wouldn't die, so I hit it in the head with a 2x4 until it stopped kicking.
But
And
you
she's
ran
like,
it over like twice.
Yeah, and I felt so bad. Like, I killed an ant today and felt bad. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
fucked up the chain of command.
Hey, when we get off here, remind me to tell you of my guns gone wrong situation. I'm not doing it on air, but because
I was in a bank.
I don't want to
It was
incriminate
misunderstanding.
I don't want to incriminate anyone else.
Well,
I don't mind doing myself.
We've went over, but I want to do it myself. All right, so we've went over.
So this is a picture of me whenever I was getting fat.
I've got to show you. So before the show, I did hold them up, and I was like, "Look at how skinny I was." But then I proceeded to show them like 20 different
And this
pictures
is our
from
first
my
yard
Facebook.
sale we had in 2004.
And not all of them was he skinny. He was like, "Look at me when I was skinny. Hey, there I am fat. Hey, there I am skinny."
It's like those look like the same day you took those.
Look how much extra neck I have there.
Now come on, now I was skinny in some of them.
He's like, "Look how good I looked, guys."
I saw. All right, so we've had bad weather in the area, and I saw this, and I thought I've got to show you guys. I know we're going over, and we're in overtime. We've already done a show and a half, but I was like, I've got to rewind this and record it. So this was recorded while I was at work. Because I was like, I've got to. I've got. You're probably gonna lose your job. You can speak in the Asian accent all you want, but just don't
tell him you're not doing anything while you're there.
Well, I was still working, but I was like,
he's like, I was still working. I was just not doing it.
I was doing paperwork at the time.
He's like, you ain't never had downtime for hours on end.
Well, this is only
where you
a,
watch TV.
This is only a 2-hour video now. Come on.
It's a 2-hour video.
No, it says 2 hours because that was the show.
Optical
length of time.
illusion.
Yeah, but this guy on Good Morning America,
I thought that was a woman.
Well, so it's been stormy. I have YouTube TV. I told y'all I was driving into what looked like the heart of the storm Friday, and I was like, I got to know if I'm in trouble. Should I move towards the bathrooms? Should I get away from the windows? What should I do? And I was watching Good Morning America, and they weren't even talking about storms on ABC.
They were like, fuck your storms.
Yeah, I was like, there ain't no storms. Quit being a pussy. Go to work. And they started playing Good Morning America, did this guy that's a sign spinner. And they were talking about him like he was, Michael Jordan or Lance Armstrong in the heyday. Okay. And I want y'all to see this. This is the damnedest. Y'all tell me.
Incredibly drugged up fucking sign spinner.
And y'all tell me when you get the uncomfortable cringe feeling. Okay? You tell me. I might be.
I'd say first twirl of that sign.
I might be completely off, but let's listen to it.
They picked a better comeback song.
This guy's spinning a sign.
He's actually pretty good.
And he's really good.
He's very, very good. Oh, shit. Oh, he fucking dropped it and then flicked it back up.
We showed this to you yesterday, but this was on a Las Vegas corner. Him doing his
and he's
thing. He was
really
our play
good.
of the day
Very,
yesterday.
very
He's
good.
He's our play of the day today as well, and he is joining us live, the man himself.
Oh, no.
Mr. Wesley Fall.
Don't do that.
For us, and we've got a special sign.
All right, let's pause it right here. What do y'all see?
No, I don't like any of this.
An Asian man
Yeah.
holding a sign that says Good Morning ABC.
America.
Good Morning America, ABC, and he's got millions of signs around him. It only gets worse from here, guys.
Pints for a Purpose is one of them.
Sperm bank.
I fill the cup every time.
Wesley, good morning to you, sir. You have to tell us, how did you learn to do this stuff? That's not just your everyday sign spinning.
Oh man, no it's not, but you know what? It took a lot of time and dedication, and you know, if it was easy, everyone would do it right now, but...
What?
He's fucking right.
He's already made his job way more important than what it is. If it was easy, everybody do it, right, fuckers? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Everybody can earn $8 an hour spinning a sign.
Dude, I bet he earns more than that.
Probably so.
They try to help him out multiple times in this interview, but listen, let's see what it says.
If it was easy at the same time...
You actually heard people in the background laughing when he said that. If it was easy, everybody do it, right? This motherfucker makes $7 an hour.
It wouldn't be worth it in the long run, so it took time and dedication.
You say time and dedication. You went to bit of kind of some training in school for this almost, didn't you?
So yeah, you heard what I just heard.
He went to science.
They were like clown school, but for science.
Yeah. Listen to what he says. He immediately cuts that down.
Oh man, I just did training and everything. They hosted practice. I took advantage of it. Every time they held practice, I took advantage of it. I learned new things.
He's like, no, that wasn't training. That was just me showing up to a group of people practicing the same thing I was doing and then learning from what they do learning from me. And it's kind of like training.
You're going to hear how he thinks he's way more important now that he's on Good Morning. Somebody got in this motherfucker's ear.
Bro, he is important.
Like,
this is fame. I bet you he makes a career out of this somehow, some way. And I hope he makes $2 or $3 million right now off of this weird fame thing.
Hold on. It gets better.
He's like, I have $17.
All of it paid to me by this sign spinning company for last week's work. But
why is he fucking Indian now?
I don't do accents.
Wait, you do, but you don't.
You don't do them correctly.
Yeah. You just do bad ones.
But he makes it sound like they're already pumped him up already. Like somebody's got in this motherfucker's head. It's like, you go on a Good Morning. You've made it, motherfucker. Look, fan. You have made this
is your
shit.
time.
This is your time. You go out there and you tell them who you are.
Now I got to see what he says.
All right.
Techniques, and it formed me what I am today.
Formed me.
Did you hear that?
Formed me what I
Listen
am
to the break in his voice.
Dude,
like he's about to start crying.
He is nervous as fuck, bro.
He just said they trained me.
Imagine that you weren't used to talking.
He's acting like goddamn.
He's not used
like
to.
he won an Academy Award.
Or like he was trained by fucking Billy Redlines or some shit.
This dude he's never been in this position before. And he is not used to this, and he is cracking under the pressure, guys.
But I just want to say,
you guys think thinks he's more important. He's just trying to come up with things that make him seem important.
I have this because I've seen the whole clip. I have this opinion because of this, and maybe I'm skewed. But let's watch the rest of it.
He hates Asians.
Let's back
Stop Asian.
let's back it up and listen to it, and you can tell me if you hear this guy's voice crack when he's like, "It's made me what I am today." So let's hear it.
I learned new things. I learned better techniques, and it formed me what I am today.
You seem to take incredible pride, and it's fun to see. Where does that come from, man? You take incredible pride in what you're doing.
Oh man, it's all humble. It's all humbleness, you know.
I'm humble, but man, am I dope at this sign?
It's all humbleness. Shit. It's all humbleness. I don't think that's anything anybody's ever said.
I've noticed right there,
guys.
Top right, World Sign Spinning Championships. So apparently, this motherfucker has been to the top of sign spinning.
Either that, or he's hanging out in the basement of the guy that spun a lot of signs.
Yeah,
or at least makes them.
That's where he trains.
It gets even more awkward.
But
that's the
really
dojo.
Yeah, that's where he just goes and hangs out and spins signs with other people that are also doing the same thing.
And then you can flick your wrist this way and get it back around the other way.
Listen,
don't call this a fucking school, though.
Listen. I'm not diminishing his abilities. He's very good at what he does.
Yeah.
But also, he's delusional.
Okay. Now, mind you, you're the same person 10 seconds in this video ago that said he was just nervous.
He might also be just nervous.
Okay.
He might also be on the spectrum.
possible.
This kid might be on the spectrum, and we might be making fun of an autistic
don't
person.
do that. Don't make it worse.
Listen, if I was here during the Alanis Morissette debacle, I would have saved you guys in the moment. And that's what I'm trying to do right now is we might be making fun of an autistic kid.
I don't think so.
Bro, we might get canceled for this.
All right, hold on. Let me play it some more.
I'm just doing my job. It's just a job, and it's something I love to enjoy. I'm nothing special, nothing more, nothing less. I'm just your ordinary guy.
No, keep going. We have to get through this.
What happened?
All the signs are falling over all
The
around
signs are falling. Even the signs are like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah. There's like grand opening signs.
But did you hear what he said during that? He's like, I'm just a sign spinner, nothing more, nothing less. It's like,
no shit, bro. We see
My job, it's just a job, and it's something I love to enjoy. I'm nothing special, nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing more, nothing less than what?
A sign spinner. He just said that.
Okay.
Richard. He was like, listen, I am not special. And he's like, oh my
well, then
God.
we've got the ability to laugh at him.
He's got an autism thing back there. Oh, no.
Yeah, it does say spinning for autism back
I'm not
there.
making any, I'm out.
No, I don't think he is. I think he's not on any kind of. I think he's fine. I think he's fine.
You are just your ordinary guy, just
You're
enjoying
something
what he does.
special to us for sure. And you have a move or two that you're going to do for us.
I'm going to kick these fucking signs is what I'm going to do.
Very casually.
He just takes his left foot and slides the signs.
Well, that's his right foot. First
off.
off.
Camera left, Richard.
No, I recorded this in reverse mode. No, he takes his right foot and slides the signs back.
Now, no pressure. He was recording you on the street corner. You got millions of people watching you right now. Again, no
Don't
pressure.
fuck up.
But give us a little something.
No pressure.
All right. I just saw what he said. I want to play this again because the guy says, no pressure, right? But you've got millions of eyes on you right now. No pressure. And he goes,
millions of people don't watch Good Morning
No,
America.
not at all.
It's
It can't be.
400,000 maybe.
Can't
Lazy
be.
motherfuckers ain't at work.
So he looks at the host of A Good Morning America. He goes, no pressure? Like, no pressure? Watch this,
He's
fuckers.
gonna fuck up immediately.
Hold on.
But give us a little
No
something.
pressure. Oh, for sure.
And he's doing an awesome job right here. And he takes it down low and does the Humpty dance and then falls on his ass.
And that dude that told him no pressure laughed his ass off
Yeah.
when he fell.
Oh, get some. Oh, yes. Put some stank on it.
And it doesn't look as impressive on live TV as it did on the thing.
Wesley, you are the man.
When you think he's down, he's not.
Oh, shit. And he just has a huge boner.
Yeah.
The sign spinning is the only thing that gets his dick hard.
So he fell down in the middle of his routine, just fell on his ass. And you could feel the uncomfortableness from all three hosts on the right.
And the kid.
And yeah, and he's like, oh shit, my big moment.
Shit.
That's gonna be a bad thing. So then the woman up top was just like, and you think he's down, he's back up.
She was encouraging him. That's how I would feel if I was that guy. I was like, oh man, I have to say good things about this kid. He might be on the spectrum, y'all.
Wesley, in all seriousness, my man, there's so much going on in the world, and to see the smile
He's
on
got
your
that
face and the
nervous
smile
energy.
you're putting on other people's faces by what you do and taking such
He's got
great
that I
pride
just fell on my ass
and loving
look.
it and enjoying it.
Son of a
It's been
bitch.
an absolute pleasure, my man. So keep doing your thing out there.
He does a bow.
With one hand.
You're welcome. Back-to-back play of the days.
Yes.
First, coming up, we have deals and
I just thought that was hilarious. Like everything about that whole segment was just fucked up. No pressure. Watch this, fuckers.
And he
Clack,
was-
clack, clack, clack.
He fucked me up with that sign juggling.
He was
fucked me up with
nailing
that.
it, dude.
Well, I would love to keep going, but I feel like we've done a show and a half, and we probably need to go ahead and skedaddle. And we've got all these tabs for next week. Isn't that
Oh, God, here we go again.
But Josh, if they want to follow us on social media, how do they do that?
Well, if you are a Saskatchewan social media, you're going to want to go to Twitter. We are at P3 Radio, the number 1. On Facebook, put in that search bar Pop Poncho, Poncho, and you will find our photo. And if you want to get with us the old school way, or text us, leave us a voicemail. Our phone number is 731-300-6675.
Well, that's going to do it for us. For Josh Barley, for Gobi, this is Rich Mulligan saying thanks for listening, and good night.